Alright guys, as usual, please like and subscribe, really helps the channel. Please check out any of my other videos. I have a whole playlist of episode 7, Reunited, and episode 8, The Hope in the Darkness. It's in parts, so as you go through it, you sort of see the entire picture or the entire movie. Feel free to check that out. I think you'll really like it. You'll like the story at the very least. And let's get into this now. So this is a rumor. I don't want to get too crazy, but crazy new Star Wars sequel trilogy rumors and more. Barside Buzz. So this is a video from Den of Nerds, Josh Den of Nerds. I've watched a bunch of his videos. He's got a good channel, guys. Check it out also, too, if you feel so inclined. Okay, so you want some crazy new Star Wars sequel trilogy rumors and more? Here we go. He's doing some claims about how Lucasfilm is handling the era of the sequel trilogy that covers episode 79. I'm just going to stick to the rumors. First up, Josh has heard the rumored Finn show is real. The first of many sequel trilogy era projects Lucasfilm will begin to develop going forward. Now, that I find a little strange, seeing as John Boyega specifically said after The Rise of Skywalker he would never do Disney Plus. I tweeted out the other day, the well is dried up for John. I haven't seen him in very many things. I think Disney is a little too big now, and it's gotten to the point where if you don't acquiesce to them, you have a difficult time finding work, and I don't appreciate that at all. I think we need more competition. That's what makes better quality art for us to consume. But alas, okay, so they're going to do a Finn show. Where are you going to go? Like, he's got to be pushing, 30 by the time the show starts at least, maybe older. It's like, oh, we're going to do a show now where we make him into a Jedi because we didn't in the sequel trilogy, because our philosophy was if we do anything with anybody, it takes away from Rey, and we have to have Rey. Again, very poor writing. If they do this now, to me, it's too little too late. And knowing John's feelings after the trilogy was over and how he felt he was treated and stuff like that, I can't get behind that, guys. Like, I just can't. The story side of it sucks. The real life personal side of it sucks. So There's also some chatter online about J.D. Dillard and Mado Star Wars projects, which would be this Finn-focused Disney Plus show, exactly which he said he'd never do, and now he's going to do, which I hope that's not true. I hope, John, don't do it. Find something else. Maybe there's some truth to this one. I don't know. Maybe this is just Okay. Second most important rumor Josh has heard is the potential for a new sequel trilogy set after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. Weirdly, Josh seems to have heard this could star Ben Solo. Now, it's Star Wars, so I don't discount anything, but isn't Ben, dead? Okay, we've gone through this, guys, in my previous videos. You can't have a space battle anymore with human beings. Who the heck would send a human to space when you can just blast through with a droid using hyperspace? There'd be no justification for that. The Force is balanced through now, instead of light side dominance, through dark and light. So no matter what happens now, there's always going to be someone from the other side that props up, and it just makes the entire war and the entire thing with the Jedis and Siths completely meaningless. I don't know where you go with the Jedi now, because Rey is so powerful. She literally now in Disney canon, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Disney had announced months ago, I did a video on it, that she not only healed Ben, but she actually turned him from the dark side. It was the first time in a decade that his mind was clear, and he could. So I even made the statement that, why wouldn't, at this point, it's just a movie where the Jedi is chasing the Sith around trying to touch him to turn him to the good. Like, they've basically destroyed every possible thing that creates tension in a story and creates wonder, and and now if they bring back Ben, it's like they just bring everybody back from the dead all the time. So, like, death scenes don't matter, war scenes don't matter, the Jedi training is pointless now. The Jedi powers are so over the top now that there's nothing left. It's basically become, it's almost like it's like when a Superman story, for example, becomes really boring, right? Where he's so powerful and there's absolutely nothing that can stop him, that it's just like, why am I even reading this then? Like, what's the point of that? And now I'm not saying it's happened a little bit in the comics, but at least he still had some faults and weaknesses. But so I don't know where they would even go here. Like, how are you going to write an interesting story? And I don't think that's the goal here. I don't think that writing an interesting story is any more the goal now as it was when they did the sequels, because as we all know, the sequels weren't planned. They were rushed. There was tons of changes. They were re-editing The Rise of Skywalker right up until less than 3 weeks before its release. So they didn't have a plan. So this isn't about trying to write a compelling story and bringing Ben back, and it's going to be awesome. This is about just making money, and they're going to bring Ben back because people were pissed off that they let him die. They're going to do a Finn show where he becomes a Jedi because people were pissed off that that Finn wasn't a Jedi. Like everything they're all these shows about, the Mandalorian, everything all about, trying to explain why Palpatine came back. Everything they're doing, and Palpatine came back because they ruined Luke and they had to bring it back nostalgia. Everything they're doing is reactionary with Star Wars. It's all reaction, reaction, reaction. There's no like bona fide true care and love and story essence and quality and lore acknowledgement in it. It just seems to be all just stuff to just appease fans. Like the last minute they throw Reylo in there just to appease fans. At the last minute they make Rey a non-nobody because some people bitch that she shouldn't be a nobody, and it's like everything's reactionary with these guys. It just feels like they're not in tune with what they're really doing, and they're just doing everything based on what fans are saying on social media, which half the people that tweet about Star Wars aren't even fans. So anyway, it's for me, it's just sad. It's sad, and bringing back Ben, it would be super lame. He's dead. Just let people be dead. I hate the sequels. I don't even view them as canon. I don't even view them as anything. That's why I've been re-editing them and trying to make them into a semblance of a decent story. So I don't care whether he comes back. I don't even care about this trilogy. I just find this very strange. So how could come back for a new sequel? Again, I don't have the answers. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Josh and Ten Nerds, blah, blah, blah. I take any rumor that doesn't come from our own sources with a grain of salt anyway. So we will, yeah, and that's the thing, guys. This is just a rumor. Let's, but, ugh. If Ben had not died, then the idea of a new trilogy starring him would actually appeal to me. I agree. Well, I don't totally agree. I agree a story about him would appeal to me, but I don't agree that it backing off of what they previously did does. But anyways, Driver Solo Ren was 100% best character, blah, blah, blah. Finally, Josh said he's heard that the current Disney Plus shows will all be building towards the current... Exactly, which I've been saying all along, guys. If you've been watching my channel, watching my videos, I've said this all along from the very get-go, from the beginning, from before Mando even came out. I was saying every show, including Mando, is trying... It's not building towards, it's validating, because what happened in the sequels makes no sense. This makes sense based on what we have seen with our own eyes. Series release, both Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi towards that sequel trilogy. That would be... There may be some set up in both Andor and Obi-Wan Kenobi towards that. Exactly, even those shows that are set in a totally different timeline, has nothing to do with the sequels, are going to be trying to validate the sequels. I believe that. I think they all are. There's some bold claims here. Game of Thrones, like story set across multiple shows, including Ahsoka, Boba Fett. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me know. I just think this is just a disaster. I mean, your foundation's so pathetic, and now you're going to try and build another house on top of this. All that's left is this garbage foundation. The house already blew off. I've already been over it. All the things that the sequel trilogy did to just make the stories basically meaningless now. I don't see anywhere where you go where it's exciting. Really, what it's become essentially Star Wars now, and especially if you go forward with sequels, is basically, with more sequels, I should say, it's just lights and flashy and visuals. There's no heartwarming, touching. There's no deep stories, connections. There's no, the family stuff is faded. There's just nothing there. The history's been abandoned, right? Like the core history, the OT main characters have sort of been flushed away, and it's a mistake. And I'll leave you with this sports analogy. So you look at teams like the New York Yankees, or the Red Sox, or these teams where they really embrace their history, and you look at the sport of baseball that really embraces its history and uses that as its foundational base for what they do going forward, and it's a success therein. And then you look at other sports, like hockey, for example, that kind of the league doesn't really acknowledge their history very much. They kind of spit on it. They focus on the last 20 years, and then it's to their loss, because the history is so vital and so important, and it helps you make money, because that's what that's your foundation. Star Wars is kind of going that route where they're just saying, forget about the history. We're just going to go all new. We're going to do all these crazy new powers. We're going to make everything just crazy and nonsensical, but people are dumb and they're going to buy it anyway. And that's just how we're going to do things. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Once again, like and subscribe, and have a good day.